Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Aruna Dorairaj. I hope everyone are healthy, safe, and happy. So today, let's see topic 11, constellations. So this topic is in science year 6. So have you ever wondered what are constellation when you look at the bright night sky? So constellations is a group of stars that appear from a certain pattern at the night sky. So when you see various patterns, some look like a kite, some look like a ladle, some look like a hunter, that is constellations. But have you ever wondered how constellations are formed? When a certain stars are connected in a line, a pattern will be formed. These are constellations. So as you see in the graphic beside the information, that are example of constellations. When the stars connect to each other in a line, and then it will form various patterns that are constellation. Now let's see a few explanation about constellations. Constellations look like stars that form interesting patterns in the sky at night. These patterns are only formed when we see them from the Earth. These patterns do not exist naturally in outer space. So, you can only see this constellation inside the Earth. When you are outside or in the outer space, you cannot see the constellations naturally. Second, Malaysia is located near the equator. We can therefore see constellations in both the northern and southern hemisphere. As you see the equator line in the picture attached, Malaysia is close to the line. So that means we can see both southern constellation and also northern constellations. So what is the constellations? So now we're going to see 4 easily seen constellations. Officially, there are 88 constellations found, but we are only going to see 4 easily seen constellations. First is the Orion, second is Southern Cross, third is Scorpio or also known as Scorpius. And number 4 is Big Dipper. As you see, that are the pictures of the constellation. Now let's see more explanation on each constellation I just stated just now. The Orion constellation is one of the most obvious constellations in the night sky. Orion forms a shape like a hunter wearing a belt with a sword hanging. The Orion constellation appears in the night sky between the northern and the southern hemisphere. As I said just now, each constellation has their own pattern. So this constellation looks like a hunter wearing a belt with a sword hanging. And this constellation appears between the northern and also the southern hemisphere, both hemisphere. Next, the Southern Cross constellation. The Southern Cross constellation is the smallest constellation and is easily recognizable at night in the southern hemisphere. It consists of a group of 4 stars arranged in the shape of a kite. So Southern Cross usually looks like a kite and it consists of 4 stars. And when you see the southern hemisphere, you will already know, oh, this is the Southern Cross. It's also very easy to remember because its name starts with the word southern. Next, let's have a look on Scorpio constellation. The Scorpion constellation is a group of stars that forms the shape of a scorpion. The Scorpion constellation appears in the sky at night in the southern hemisphere. So Scorpion appears in the southern hemisphere and it looks like a scorpion. Big Dipper constellation is a group of 7 stars, so it consists of 7 stars. This constellation forms the shape of a water dipper or ladle with a handle. If you look the picture carefully, you will know what shape is it. The Big Dipper appears at night in the northern hemisphere. So Big Dipper appears in the northern hemisphere, not in the southern hemisphere. Next, let's see use of constellation. So constellation is usually used for traveling, sailing, and farming. Usually you use traveling and sailing if you lost your compass or if you don't have a really accurate equipment to see the direction, you will use constellations. So to traveling and sailing, it will indicate the south and also north direction. And for farming, it will indicate the harvesting and the planting season. Constellations are very useful. So as you see there, the Big Dipper constellations point to the north, and the Big Dipper is guide for planting season in the northern hemisphere. And that is the Orion. And then after that, the Southern Cross points toward the south. The Scorpion constellations points towards the southern hemisphere. It indicates the harvesting season in the northern hemisphere. That's all, everyone. And lastly, let's see use of constellations. So it is guide for direction, guide for planting and harvesting seasons. That's all, everyone. How easy was that? Thank you all. See you next week. Bye.